Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all had a lovely day. So today's video is another book related themed video. So I'm going to be talking about the books I've read so far in 2020. My aim for the year is to read 60 books. So far I have read 15. Now some of them are audiobooks and some of them are obviously paperback or like actual books I own. So yeah, I am just gonna talk about those books. Sorry, 14, not 15. Yeah, so the ones I'm going to talk about first are the ones I can't show you, so the ones I don't own that I have listened to on audiobook. So some of you may remember, if you were watching my videos last year, that I was starting to read the Goosebumps books by R.L. Stine. So this year I have read Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, Say Cheese and Die, One Day at Horrorland, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Stay Out of the Basement, and The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. Now, if you've not heard of Goosebumps, they're kind of like a middle grade, like a little bit scary, a little bit creepy, kind of, you know, something happens. So say, for example, Say Cheese and Die is about a camera that takes pictures of you and bad things happen. So it's sort of, that's the recurring kind of theme in those books. I also read another one by him called, it's a Fear Street novel, so it's kind of the teen version of Goosebumps, called Stay Up Late. That was really good. It was about a babysitter and the child she's looking after and how he can't stay up past midnight and he can't stay up late, and kind of what happens with that. That was really, really good. And I actually kind of preferred that to the Goosebumps ones because it's more sort of older, but I can't find any more Fear Street ones on Libby at the minute, which is the platform I use for my audiobooks. I plan on signing up to Scribed, which the lovely Nikki Pearson is always telling me to get on and do, but I have so many books behind me, as you can see, that my plan is to kind of make a dent in my actual books before I start paying for another platform. So I will be using the free Libby platform while I can. So yeah, the next one that I listened to on Libby was A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. If you've never heard of it, it's about a little girl who comes over from India with her father. He goes off to war, or the film version is that he goes off to war and she is left in the care of her school, and then he dies and it's kind of about her life after that, as there's no money now. But the book version, which was a lot different than I was expecting, is that he loses a lot of money and gets like a brain disease and dies. So it was very different to the film version, so I wasn't really expecting that difference. I actually preferred the film version, I have to be honest, as over the book, but that's my preference. And then the last, oh no, hang on, I have two more that I read on audiobook. The Tale of Despero by Kate DiCamillo. It was really nice actually. It was a story about a mouse who has big ears and befriends the princess at the castle he lives at, and kind of how he lives and the antics they get up to. That was really nice. And then the last one is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Now, I have seen the film of this. It features Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts, and it's about a boy called August with a facial deformity and him going to school for the first time because he's been homeschooled, and it's kind of about how he copes with that and the things that happen and how it affects the people around him. And when I watched the film, I cried like a baby. It was beautiful. And then I saw the book on Libby and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a listen. I didn't feel that emotional throughout the book, but I think I'm a lot more sort of visual. So if I'd have been reading the book, I might have felt a little bit more, you know, emotional about it. But it was fabulous. I really, really recommend it. If you haven't read it or you haven't seen the film, do both, because they are both fabulous in their own ways. So yeah, I really, really recommend checking Wonder out because it is so lovely. So now the books that I have read that I own. So the first one I read this year is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I feel like I might have talked about this in another video. I possibly may have. So if I have, I apologise. But it's about a boy called Charlie, and how he's a little bit different, and how he kind of copes with high school, his friends, his situations, that kind of thing. It was okay. I have to say I wasn't like really excited about it, but it was okay. And it was one that I'd had on my shelf and lots of people had read, and I really thought I should get around to reading. I know there is the film on Netflix. I haven't got around to watching it yet, but it is on my to watch list at some point. So yeah, there's that one. The next one I read was Before We Met by Lucy Whitehouse. It says, a whirlwind romance, a perfect marriage. Hannah Riley has seized her chance at happiness until the day her husband doesn't come home. Can you ever really know what happened before you met? So yeah, this one I actually thought was really good. I wasn't expecting, like, kind of was expecting the ending we got, but not to the extent it happened. So I really did enjoy this one. It's not one that's going to stay on my shelf because it's one of those ones that once you've read it, you kind of can't unread it, so you're not excited by how it unfolds anymore. For me anyway. But I really did enjoy it. It was definitely worth the read. Next up is Frost Hollow Hall by Emma Carroll. Again, I believe this is a middle grade, but it says, winter 1881, in the middle of a frozen lake, a girl is skating. She's not supposed to be here, no one is. Not since Kit Barrington drowned at Frost Hollow Hall 10 years ago. But the dead don't scare Tilly Higgins. The ice is thin, it cracks, and suddenly she's underwater, drowning. Near death, a strange spirit appears to her, a boy so beautiful, Tilly's sure he's an angel. But he's a ghost, a very troubled ghost, and he desperately needs her help. So yeah, again, another one that I wasn't like sure how it was going to unfold, and it completely, like, it just wasn't what I was expecting, and I really enjoyed that. It's kind of like The Woman in Black sort of esque feel to it. It's like kind of, you know, like a little ghost story, but I really enjoyed it, and this one is actually staying on my shelf for a reread again at some point. But I really did enjoy it. It was so good. I'm sorry about the lighting, I don't really know what's going on with it. So yeah, that one's going back on my shelf. And then the last one I have read since the beginning of the year, I am planning on doing monthly updates, so bear with me, is Beyond the Spiderwick Chronicles, the Nixie song. So the Spiderwick Chronicles follows 3 children and how they sort of discover the world of fairy. And then this is after that, and it's about 2 children who, again, discover the world of fairy but have a bit of a different take on it. So it says, think life here's all fun and sun, think again. It used to be pretty okay, but then I got this loser freak of a stepsister, and she didn't come alone. She bought this big stupid book about fairies. She said they were real, but did I believe her? No. I said it was all fake. Boy, was I wrong. Now there are fairies everywhere, and they're not going away unless we help them. So this one is a really short book. It's only 162 pages, and if I actually put the effort in, I could have finished this in a day, but it took me a couple. But I really enjoy the theme of fairies, so yeah, I had to pick these up. I do have book 2 and 3 to finish, but yeah, this is the last one I read so far. So as I said, I am planning on doing monthly updates with my books. I am just a bit poo at the minute, so bear with me on that, but yeah, I am planning on doing monthly updates with it. So yeah, this is kind of a January, February wrap up, I suppose. I haven't finished any in March yet, even though we are into March. So yeah, that is the 14 books I have read so far. Fair few to go, but I'm confident, and my audiobook take on that has been quite large. So yeah, hoping to make a serious dent on some of these. I have a joint book read coming up with the lovely Nikki Pearson, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, I will update you guys when I have more on the book front. But for now, that's all from me. Take care, and I'll see you guys really, really soon. Bye.